Created with free version for non-commercial use.
Hello, everyone. This is your host, Vanessa Morgan on Pose Radio, and I am here with Wito Rodriguez to talk about the recent Hurricane Maria attack on Puerto Rico, as well as his music in the genre of salsa. Hello, Wito.
How you doing, Vanessa? I wish you a nice Saturday in your radio station.
Thank you so much. So, can you tell the audience a little bit about yourself?
Well, first of all, my name is Wito Rodriguez. My real name is Erwin Rodriguez, but as a kid I was called Wito, so I use this as my artist name. I was born in Chicago. I'm only 30 years old. No, I'm only joking. I've been around for a long time. I was born sometime in the, well, we say the 50s. But anyway, I was born in Chicago. I grew up there and everything.
Created with free version for non-commercial use.
Until I had not the opportunity, but I was taken away from the United States, Chicago, and had to go live in the island of Puerto Rico. And that I never knew about that much, and my Spanish wasn't that good. But one of the good things that happened to me was it was just like I don't know, like a shock one way or another, because all I knew was really how to talk English, and my Spanish was really bad, you know. So now I'm in an island that I've never known about, really, and I only know that my parents are from there. So it was really hard, but it was one of the really beautiful things that ever happened to me. So I could really feel what I am as a Puerto Rican with mother and father born in Puerto Rico, even though I was born in Chicago.
Wow.
And Chicago was my my start in the music scene. You know, at an early age. You know, at 12 years old, I was just crazy about
Created
music.
with free version for non-commercial use.
It don't matter if I banged on a big oil cans, you know, that our parents used to buy because they used to buy in bulk, you know, and even though there was not a Sam's Club around, you know, they always bought in bulk because they needed to keep stuff, you know, in the house. But anyway, I banged and stuff, and I did music.
Awesome.
And I could continue talking more about myself unless you have some other questions, but I'm just so happy that Chicago gave me the start and did something for me.
Awesome.
I'm so happy that I have had a nice career in different things that I could talk to your public, you know, as you ask the questions. I think they'll learn more about me.
That is great. So what do you feel are the challenges you face with being a salsa artist compared to other artists in the music industry?
You know, I
Created with free version for non-commercial use.
That, you know, what they call challenge, you know, about other artists and everything like that.
Okay.
I don't feel now that way, because at one time I did, but you know, really right now, I feel that you shouldn't have any type of challenges if you are producing or doing you know, new music or music that has been known in the salsa scene or whatever, and that all of a sudden, you know, you need to go out there and you need to tell them, if you have to, which I say them because I don't know, them are the ones that always, you know, contradict whatever you might be doing. If you're doing it good or not, they will stomp on you some way or another. It's just to go out there and do who you are.
That's
you know,
right. Yeah.
Your voice, you know, your arrangement, you know, everything that you're doing has nothing to do with any
Created
other
with
singer
free
or
version for
any other
non-commercial
artist.
use.
Why? Because what you got is yours.
Yeah,
That
true.
means everything is yours. You did it from the beginning to the ending, and you came and you produced a new numbers. And you know, you've been around the music, Vanessa, for a long time, so you know that there are songs out there that you grew up with and everything, and all of a sudden somebody pops out and grabs one of them songs that were for you one of the favorites and brings it out, let's say into a different arrangement and something really cool, but it stayed with your originality of the song. Aren't you gonna love it? Heck yeah, you're gonna love it. So, you know, yeah, music. You know, I don't feel freely anything against anybody or what I have or I don't have. I just try to do what I could do as a singer.
Mhm.
You know, have my own style and try to
Created with free
produce good
version for
music so
non-commercial
that the
use.
people could enjoy, and I'm able to go up on front of the stage and have fun with the public.
Yeah, most definitely. Um, so are there any new music or upcoming projects you're working on currently?
Right now, it's a surprise, but we're gonna let it go out of post. I'm gonna put it out here, okay? Because I'm working on it right now.
Mhm. Of
I'm
course.
working on a song. I'm working on a song for Puerto Rico. Because of the
Oh, nice.
devastation that has occurred in my island.
Yeah.
Place that I love so much and lived.
Mhm.
And I'm doing a song. I'm doing a song, and I'm not finished yet. It's going to be coming out pretty soon because we want to do. I want to be able to get it out right now where the really feeling of what's happening in Puerto Rico, and they would be able to feel my feelings, in a song that I'm going to dedicate to
Created with
Puerto
free
Rico.
version for
And at
non-commercial
the same
use.
time, dedicating it for Puerto Rico. Most of all, the sales is going to go to a foundation that is helping Puerto Rico, and that money of the sales of the CD when it comes out, I mean the single when it comes out, is going to be dedicated to Puerto Rico. So I'm very, very, very anxious for how it's going to come out and how everything, but hopefully it's going to be out pretty soon. Pretty soon it'll be out, and it's called Sentimiento Boricua.
Awesome. That is really cool. That is great. Actually, talking about Puerto Rico, I don't know if everyone knows about the recent attack on Puerto Rico. The Hurricane Maria had an attack, and many lives were lost. We lost many people that day, days after, suffering, heartache, so much going on. Widow, can you tell us how often do hurricanes occur in Puerto Rico?
Created with free version for
Well,
non-commercial
to tell
use.
you the truth, Puerto Rico, and not just Puerto Rico, but the whole
Mhm.
Caribbean and all up the East Coast from Florida up through New York,
Mhm.
they have to sustain for any of these storms coming through, which starts the 20th of June,
Mhm.
and it finishes around the 20th of November, which we still got some hurricanes that could come out,
Yeah.
and this is every year.
Yeah.
And as I was a young kid, I never had that opportunity to realize what a hurricane is when I lived in Puerto Rico.
Mhm.
But I have been through a lot of the hurricanes, not only in Puerto Rico. I have been in Hurricane Andrew and going to Dade City, down Broward County, and devastated, Florida.
Mhm.
I was in North Carolina under a hurricane for
Created with
almost
free
two and a
version
half
for
days
non-commercial
that
use.
Oh man.
stuck right on top of us. So I know about
Oh wow.
hurricanes,
Mhm.
and I just went through Irma and some of Maria that came through. So these things happen.
Yeah.
And I always, for me, it's so hard because I'm over here in the United States. But
Mhm.
you know what? The same thing that happened to Puerto Rico, that Maria could have come right through Florida, and where I live,
Mhm.
I would be living probably the same situation that is right now happening in
That
Puerto
is
Rico.
true. That is
But
true.
the only thing that, my opinion, that I am not going to go, I don't have to wait very long
Mhm.
for I to have any type of care, any type of help, anything, because I'm in Florida,
Yeah.
you know? And that's what's, in one way, not that it's not happening to Puerto Rico,
Mhm.
because it's not. The
Right.
whole world is sending
Created
things
with
to
free
Puerto
version for
Rico,
non-commercial
right?
use.
So
Most
what do
definitely.
you talk about when you talk about housing? Let's say infrastructure. If it's not okay, it's going to break. So any wind that comes through, it could just destroy everything.
Yeah. It's true.
So the infrastructure in Puerto Rico has been bad for a long time, but it's not bad. It's survived a lot of different hurricanes, even with the same infrastructure. It's
Yeah.
not bad. The hurricane can't dictate us how bad is it going to be. What it is, to be prepared. That's the thing. And knowing that Puerto Rico has had so many hurricanes come through them, the preparation of not only what Puerto Rico's going through now. Puerto Rico, I don't know if anybody has ever come to the United States and tell the United States president says, guess what? If this happens to us, I want this in writing. Okay, because we're Americans, whatever. I want this
Created
that
with free
we're
version
going
for
to be taken
non-commercial
care
use.
of.
Right.
And we need you to now put that infrastructure for us in the island because we belong anyway to you.
And you know what? You
and all
basically
these
answered.
things that
Yeah.
never were there, Vanessa. Guess what? Now it's the start of this. Who's going to rebuild this new island?
Yeah.
Because the island is devastated completely.
Oh my goodness.
So,
and you know what? You just answered my
anyway.
next question. You answered my next question exactly. Because I was going to ask you when your own opinion is the best way to improve situations people are facing. And you know what? You're exactly right. If people have already planned out that we don't have to wait for a disaster to happen, and then everyone's panicking, and then we have nothing to do, or what are we gonna do now? Like that, we should never get to that point. It never should. And it's really sad and pitiful that they're going through things like this. It shouldn't happen. It really shouldn't.
Yeah.
Would you like to touch up any more on that?
Yeah. Well, one of the things is if I would be asked, which it's in the same arena that you're giving me
Created
right now
with free version for non-commercial use.
I heard this guy. I can't recall his name, but one of the good things that he did was the first thing he said. He said the first thing right now is to put all the emphasis on the whole electricity of the island.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing that there is so many companies right now that will offer their services in the United States. All you got to do is put their trucks in a boat, or put their trucks so they could move and fly all these people there and start doing all the electricity. Because to tell you the truth, Vanessa, just imagine that you had a beautiful house because you make more than $250,000 a year, and you're living right up on a mountain. Okay, a mountain which is beautiful, and your house is so beautiful. Guess what? Your house, Maria came by and just knocked.
Created with free version for non-commercial use.
Oh my
Knocked the
goodness.
stuff out of your. I'm sorry, you got to beat me on there.
Oh, no.
Knocks your house out. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So
yeah.
you got to be ready. You got to be ready for all of this. Well, anyway, it's so hard for everything that's happening in Puerto Rico right now. People without electricity. My family is there. They're going through the same thing. I got a sister that still doesn't have electricity.
Wow.
And I got family up in the mountains that don't have electricity.
You know what? They say in our prayers every day. Every day. They say in our prayers 24/7.
Yeah.
Well, we just heard
But
it.
I feel that some way or another, if you don't say anything, nothing is going to be heard. So if they keep on yelling, and letting know, let's say, hey, let's get this done. Let's put this island back in order because it was running at least.
Created with free version for non-commercial use.
So they need the help.
Yep. Well, you just heard it from Wito Rodriguez, and you can find out more about him by visiting postproductions.com. Well, Wito, is there anything you'd like to say before you go?
Yeah, I would like to do some shout outs to some of the people in Chi-Town that are still there, and some family like my Titi Mini and Ellen and all the girls and the cousins. And we got Luis and Lupe Garcia. I want to say hi to Maria Flores and Jack, and also to the Chicago Salsa Congress, which I will be appearing in February 11th of 2018. So if you guys want to go and see what I do, I'll be there.